My intuition is telling me there'll be better days.
The Switch is a great console. Even though we're only a few months into the console's life, it seems to be really successful with what's going on recently. But there's still a lot of people who don't have one just yet and are contemplating whether the $300 price tag is just a viable purchase right now. And to that I say, no, not yet. Okay, so I feel I should explain myself a bit more so I don't have Nintendrones witch hunting me for having an opinion. But I think based on the games and features out at the time, as well as the ones that aren't, the Switch is just not ready yet. In recent thinking, I've compared it commonly to the 3DS and how it was received in its first year. It was really expensive, the games weren't that great, and a lot was missing. And it obviously has far surpassed those problems at this point. Literally, like a year later, the console was well set off. Which leads me to the Switch. I feel like the same thing is going to happen to it. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I love the Switch. I have one. And it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. But I honestly feel like there just isn't enough on the console to buy it yet. That also leads to the part where people argue that the Switch has a promising library. Right now, you really think the Switch has a good library now? Cause I don't.
My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. I sit in silence and find whenever I meditate.
Granted, it's not as bad as it was like 2 months ago, but it's still not that great. Now look, I'm a diehard Nintendo fan that also has a Wii U, and I would assume that most other Nintendo fans as big as me would also have one. So speaking for the ones who own a Wii U and not a Switch, literally everything you can get on the Switch is already on the Wii U.
My fears alleviate, my tears evaporate, my faith don't deviate, ideas don't have a date.
Breath of the Wild isn't worth buying a Switch for because you can buy it on the Wii U. Unless you're a fiend for frame rates and draw distances and all that crap, it really doesn't matter. Same can be said for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's not that different than the original. And for a so-called deluxe game, it's quite lackluster. And then that's where some will throw in Dante. What about Splatoon 2? That's a sequel. Again, I have it. It's the same as the first one, give a few added features and a bit of a more detailed story where the final boss is actually a mind-controlled Krusty Sean! And then there's ARMS. ARMS was a good effort on Nintendo's part, but not a title to fully support a console. That also leads to the lack of media apps.
See, I'm growing and getting stronger with every breath, bringing me closer to heaven's doors with every step.
As years go on, consoles give the consumer more abilities. Every home console has Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube except the Switch. Again, I'm aware it's only been a few months, but you would think something like that would be out. And I probably wouldn't be complaining as much if the Switch at least had an internet browser. It doesn't have that either, which to me sounds really dumb when the Switch is more of a tablet than the Wii U. It's basically like optimized to video watching. There's a clear HD screen, a headphone jack, even a stand, and as much as I desire to share funny original YouTube content with my family and friends, I can't do that.
As we speak, I'm at peace.
Overall, the Switch is just very incomplete, and I'm surprised because like I said, Nintendo's had this problem before and they didn't fix it. So only time can tell if Nintendo will improve. I mean, they obviously will, it's a console, but I feel like all that should have been there since week 1. It's all cool though, definitely by Christmas it'll be worth buying, if you're lucky enough to get one then. But yeah, feel free to voice your opinions in the comments, I'll check them out. Catch you in the next video.
Bringing me closer to heaven's doors with every step. As we speak, I'm at peace, no longer scared to die. Most don't believe in God, and so they terrified. It's either that or they be fearing they gon' go to hell. Asking the Father for forgiveness got them overwhelmed. Please, God, I wanna go. As if he's spiteful, like them white folks that control the jail.